At first, she thinks she's fine. She tells herself it's for the best, that the breakup is freedom, that she can finally breathe. She goes out with her friends, posting stories where she's smiling, laughing, clinking glasses under neon lights, dancing in kitchens, pretending she's completely unbothered. She might even start talking to someone new, someone who gives her that temporary rush, that fleeting validation that makes her believe she's moving on. And you, watching from the outside, might think she's over you. Maybe you even start to believe it yourself. You see her stories, you see the glow-ups, you see her acting like nothing ever touched her, like she never cared, like you were nothing more than a chapter she closed without looking back. But what you don't see is the way it all starts to shift when the noise dies down, when she's alone in her room after a night out, makeup wiped off, scrolling through her phone in the dark, and something small hits her out of nowhere. A song you both used to play on repeat starts playing while she's cleaning, and she pauses. A phrase you used to say slips into her mind when she's texting a friend. She sees a couple laughing at the gas station, and for a moment, it's you and her again, the memory punching through the carefully built wall she's tried to keep standing. That's when freedom starts to feel like emptiness. When the silence of your absence starts to grow loud, she'll try to push it down, distract herself, tell herself she's fine, but it keeps creeping in, slow and quiet, reminding her of what she had and what she let go. And the thing about nostalgia is that it's selective. It makes her remember the warmth, the safety, the way you looked at her like she was the only one in the world, while making her forget the reasons it ended. She starts to question, did I make a mistake? And that question doesn't leave. It follows her, whispering in moments she least expects, tightening around her ribs when she sees your name she promised herself she wouldn't search again. And while she's sitting there trying to make sense of the hollow space you left, you're silent, you're absent, and that absence is the loudest message you could ever send, showing her that maybe, just maybe, she lost something she can't get back. She won't come straight out and say she misses you. That would mean admitting she was wrong, admitting she lost something valuable, admitting she's still thinking about you when she swore to her friends she was done. Instead, she starts small, quiet, subtle, like she's testing the water before she steps in. She'll watch your story at midnight, the one where you're out with your boys or hitting the gym or just living your life, looking better than you did before. She'll like a post you made months ago, one she had to scroll back to find, but she'll pretend it was just an accident if anyone asks. She might leave a harmless comment under something you shared, something that could pass as casual, but deep down you know it isn't. It's a signal. It's her checking if she still has access to you, if you're still paying attention, if you're still available for her validation whenever she needs it. Maybe she sends you a quick, "Hope you're well," or reacts to your story with a laughing emoji, something small enough to protect her ego if you ignore it, but clear enough to see if you'll take the bait. It's not random, it's intentional. And it's happening because she's starting to feel your absence, starting to realize that you're not just sitting around waiting for her to change her mind. Psychologists call it reinforcement checking. The human need to see if an old source of comfort is still there, still within reach, still waiting. It's not always because she misses you deeply. Sometimes it's about control. About proving to herself that if she wanted to, she could get you back, that you would still answer, still care. She wants to see if she still has the power to pull you back in with a simple notification, to see if she can break your silence without having to admit she needs you. This is where most men fail. They take the bait, reply immediately, hoping it means she's ready to come back, hoping it means she regrets everything. But that only proves to her that she still has power over you, that she can return whenever she feels lonely, and you'll still be there, when ready to give her attention, ready to validate her, ready to put yourself back into the same position you were in before. You need to understand what this really is. It's not a sign to drop everything and go back. It's a test. It's her way of checking if you've moved on, or if you're still stuck on her. And your silence, your calm, your unbothered focus on yourself is the only answer that truly matters, because it shows her that the man she knew isn't the man you are now, and that realization is what she fears the most. She thought you'd always be there, somewhere in the background, waiting quietly in case she ever decided to come back. In her mind, you were still hers, even if she was out living her new life. She thought she could move on without losing anything, that she could have her freedom and still have your energy waiting whenever she felt like returning. But something changes when she realizes you're not reacting to her breadcrumbs, not answering her subtle tests, not watching her stories back, not liking her posts, not sending that late night, "Hope you're good," she half expected. At first, she might brush it off, telling herself it doesn't matter. She might even post more, try harder, dress better in photos, laugh a little louder in videos, hoping you'll see, hoping you'll crack, hoping you'll remind her she still has your attention. But your silence, your calm, your refusal to reach back, it starts to unsettle her. Slowly, a cold awareness creeps in, an anxiety she can't quite place. She starts to wonder if you're actually moving on, if you're seeing someone else, if you're becoming someone better without her. It's no longer about testing if she still has power over you. Now, it's about realizing she might have actually lost you for real. This is where loss aversion hits her deeply. People fear losing something far more than they value gaining something new. And she starts to feel that fear in waves she can't control. She sees you glowing up, leveling up, becoming more confident, focusing on your goals, living your life. She sees you smiling with genuine peace, not the forced smiles she posts to prove she's fine. That fear of true loss becomes heavy, pushing down on her every time she scrolls and sees your name without a message beside it. Every time she remembers your laugh, your calm presence, your consistency. She took for granted the idea that you're becoming unreachable, that you might find someone else and give her the version of you she was too blind to appreciate, is what finally shakes her. It's not about missing you in the casual way people miss someone when they're bored. It's about realizing that you're no longer hers to come back to, and that she might have let go of something she can't replace, no matter how hard she tries to distract herself. Eventually, she sends that message. It won't be a long apology or a clear "miss you." That would mean being vulnerable, and most people avoid that at all costs. Instead, it will be something casual, something that gives her an out if you don't respond. Something like, "Hey, how have you been?" Or, "Saw something that reminded me of you. Hope you're well." It might even be an old inside joke she drops in your inbox at AM, hoping to pull you back into a conversation without having to admit she's been thinking about you, that your absence has been echoing in moments she thought would feel free. She sends it and immediately checks to see if you've read it, waiting, the same way you once waited for her replies that never came. If you reply instantly, she gets her answer. You're still there, still waiting, still ready to give her the comfort she needs the moment she feels lonely. She feels validated, powerful, in control again. And just like that, the fear she felt starts to fade, because she knows she can still have you if she wants you. But if you don't reply, if you leave it on scene, If you continue living your life without acknowledging her attempt to slip back in, it shakes her. She might double text, liking your recent post, commenting something playful, sending you a reel you would have laughed at together, hoping it will break your silence. She might reach out to a mutual friend, asking casually how you're doing, fishing for details to confirm if you've moved on. She starts wondering if you've met someone new, if you're really gone, if she waited too long to realize what she lost. This moment becomes a test, but not just for you, it's a test for her as well, to see if she truly meant the freedom she chased, or if she just wanted the illusion of moving on while keeping your energy close enough to comfort her when her nights get quiet. It's in this moment that your power is revealed. If you respond, do it on your time, calmly, without emotion, without rushing to give her the reassurance she's looking for. If you don't respond, it sends a louder message than any words could. It shows her you are no longer the man who waits around for someone who couldn't see your worth the first time, that you are not a safety net she can fall back into when she feels the weight of her choices. This is where you hold your ground, where you prove to yourself that your peace is worth more than old conversations that lead nowhere, that you have outgrown the version of yourself who would drop everything the moment she decided to return. This is your moment of clarity, where you get to choose yourself over a temporary feeling of validation that does nothing but reopen wounds you've worked so hard to close. Now comes the hardest part. The moment you ask yourself if you should ever let her back in. It's tempting, isn't it? The message you always wanted finally arrives. The attention you used to crave now offered freely. The chance to fill that empty space with something that once felt so familiar. Nostalgia will whisper to you, reminding you of the good times, the laughter, the warmth of her hand in yours, the way it felt when things were good. It will tempt you to believe that maybe this time will be different, that maybe she's changed, that maybe she truly sees your value now. But you need to pause and ask yourself the hard questions. Why did it end? Was it a matter of bad timing, external stress, or misunderstandings that can genuinely be fixed with growth and communication? Or was it something deeper: disrespect, trust issues, fundamental incompatibility, a lack of appreciation for your worth? Because if it was the latter, no amount of time apart or words she says now will fix it, and going back will only drag you back into a cycle you worked so hard to escape. I've seen guys take their exes back because they thought the fear of loss changed her, only to realize that nothing truly changed. The same arguments, the same insecurities, the same patterns resurfaced, proving it wasn't time they needed. It was transformation. And not everyone chooses to transform. You have to look at who you become in her absence. Are you the same man who would drop everything for a late-night text? Or are you now a man who values peace, purpose, and emotional clarity above temporary comfort? Because when she reaches out, it's not just about her wanting you back. It's about whether you're willing to sacrifice who you've become to fit back into a version of yourself you outgrew. You are not here to be an option, a backup plan, or an emotional safety net for someone who couldn't see your worth the first time. It is your choice whether to reopen that door, but do it with clear eyes and self-respect, knowing you are enough. With or without her validation, your life, your growth, your peace, they are not worth trading for a fleeting moment of nostalgia dressed up as love. If she truly values you now, she will show it, not just in words, but in consistent actions. And if she doesn't, you will be strong enough to walk away, knowing you're not losing her, you're choosing yourself.